Rick, 440 Buxton Street, Masonville. I'd just like to say that I think after looking at the Woonsocket call this morning and the headlines about from the president of the town council of the city of Woonsocket, considering the waters, we have a long time in that area to enter into this agreement with them. The water in Woonsocket is far from a done deal. Anybody's familiar, first of all, there's been so much misinformation about how they're going to get the water and what they're going to get already. It came out in the paper right off the bat a while when it first started to surface and said, oh, Woonsocket's got a water line right to the North Smithfield town line. No, they don't. Ocean State Power owns that line. And it doesn't go to their municipal water system, it goes to the Blackstone River. So they'd have to start a water line from Woonsocket. Now, Woonsocket services water to North Smithfield. That means the pipe, when they hooked it into North Smithfield, it goes into the North Smithfield tank. Right? You can only get so much water out of a pipe. Anybody knows that's got any experience with firefighting. And after a while, you're not going to get any more. They try to claim they're going to use the existing pipe to get another 100,000 or 1 million gallons a day is ridiculous. That means you're going to have to build a new pipeline all the way from Woonsocket. And right now, there's a lot of politics going on in Woonsocket about this. Because the mayor was working a whole new deal behind the scenes. And a lot of people aren't too happy about that. And anybody that's familiar with Woonsocket's reservoirs, they're not that great to begin with. So it's questionable whether they will or will not get the water from Woonsocket, or if they're going to be able to provide it. Woonsocket's got other agreements with other municipalities already. Blackstone, North Smithfield, or a few, to service them with water. So I think you should wait to see what happens. As been said earlier, to enter into this agreement now, when you have these other towns, and all that's been done, all of a sudden, they never thought they'd get this far. A few little people chaining themselves to trees up on East Long Lake Road. They never thought all these towns were going to sign on. You're going to go northern Rhode Island saying, we don't want it. With good reason. It's a polluting monster. That's all it is. It should be built someplace down near the coast where they've got adequate water resources. Your prevailing winds are out of the west. They take the emissions out over the water. They've got something like Somerset that's supposed to be decommissioned. They got adequate highway there. They got a river there and plenty of water. You already got a brownfield. Why create another one someplace else? Right? And I just think it'd be a big mistake, especially when they make this, they've taken a step to say, oh, well, we're not talking to you anymore, Mr. President. I guess that's more or less what they've been saying, right? So they kind of more, well, let's wait and see what happens. You think the state would have given the town or anybody else the opportunities that they've given them already? Now when the final decision has to come by the siting council, these three people, DEM's already been the one organization that's ruled against it, going against it. So we'll have to see what their director does. That'll only leave the other two. We'll find out whether they're just puppets of the government or what they are. When you get all the information that's come out against it, all the different organizations and technical information that's been introduced into it, where's their finding of facts how to say this is going to be the best thing for the state when it gets challenged in court, the decision? There's got to be an appeal process for three people who decide, oh yeah, we're going to put it there when it overrules town zoning laws. Again, and then again, it's not saving the state facility. They're still going to need permits from your own building inspectors and everybody else in town. They're a bully. They come to this town, they're a big corporation that's going to bully a little town. I wouldn't give them an inch. And I say, well, we're still talking about it. The citizens got a lot of concerns. We've looked at it. We're going to continue to look at it. Let them wait. I think it'd be a big mistake to rush into a decision now. As has been said earlier, they'll just smear it the wrong way all over the papers and the press. Thank you.